Efficient freight management is the key to smooth supply chain operations, and access to the right information makes it possible to take those strategic supply chain decisions to ensure that your goods are where they need to be, when they need to be. Wouldn't it be great to have fresh market intelligence and all the freight data required for your business on a single platform, which allows you to negotiate, procure, manage, and track all your material movements? Wouldn't it be even better if you could have the rest of your team, your factory dispatch manager, your warehouse manager, and transport service providers provide and receive data on the same platform to enable faster and better decision making? Let us see how FreightDeck makes this possible. Bob Green is a supply chain manager at WorldCare, a large FMCG company. FreightDeck lets him communicate with his transporters and receivers on a common platform, be it for land, sea, or air transport. Bob's dashboard provides him quick access and an overall snapshot of his entire freight operations. It brings him notifications and action items that need his immediate attention. Bob has to handle material movements from his multiple factory locations, which dispatch to multiple distributor locations. So, he has contracts with multiple transport service providers for his multiple lanes. He logs on to FreightDeck and opens contract trips. He defines his lanes by clicking Create Lane Contract and fills out the specifics. He can also perform a CSV file import to upload multiple lane contracts at once. Back on the contracted trips page, Bob can now see all his defined contract lanes. He clicks Procure to communicate to the transporter how many vehicles he needs and when. Gary Adams is a manager at On Time Road Lines, and he has just received mail and text notifications about Bob's requirement. So, Gary logs on to FreightDeck and opens the Deploy Vehicles menu to get a list of pending deployments. Once he deploys the vehicles, he clicks Deploy to fill out the details and generate a unique trip ID. The FreightDeck team coordinates with Gary to ensure vehicle placements happen as per schedule, and in the event of any non-placements, the FreightDeck team steps in and makes alternate arrangements so that Bob's material movement is not disrupted. If Bob does not have any contracts in place, FreightDeck also lets Bob develop rate contracts for his lanes through reverse auctions. Unforeseen demand and other market factors often lead to unexpected material movements. So Bob uses the spot bid module to negotiate new freight requirements in a quick turnaround time. He creates a spot bid by specifying the lane, type of vehicle, and so on. He can then select the most suitable transporters from whom he would like to receive quotes. Jason Smith is a manager at Blue Roadways, one of the transporters who has received a spot bid requirement notification from Bob. He goes into his active RFQs to fill in his quotation. He can see his rank and has the option to improve his quote to improve his chances of getting Bob's business. Bob goes into his active RFQs to view quotes from various transporters and assign the trips to the bidder of his choice. In this case, to Blue Roadways. Once Jason gets a notification that Bob has assigned the trips to him, he deploys the vehicle and enters the vehicle details for Bob to see. FreightDeck ensures complete visibility with control tower tracking as well as live GPS tracking options. When Bob requests for an update on a shipment's location, The control tower team at Freight Deck communicates with the transporter and vehicle driver to obtain location updates. If Bob has opted for live GPS tracking, a Freight Deck GPS device is deployed with the vehicle, which lets him track the vehicle location and other trip data on a real-time basis. Alice Blake is the receiver at West Coast Warehousing who is awaiting the shipment. She too can access the tracking module, and once the vehicle reaches her, she marks the trip as closed and uploads the delivery receipts. Step into the world of Freight Deck to create visibility within your supply chain. Choose from a large pool of service providers, have better freight costs, and gain an incredible amount of operational intelligence and efficiency. Freight Deck